with your safety tip for today. If a fire occurs in your home, get out, stay out, and call for help. Never go back inside the house for anyone or anything.
This message was brought to you by ZIZ and the St. Kitts Nevis Fire Department.
All right, welcome back to our program, and it's time for our Fire Talk discussion. In the studio with me this morning, we have Fire Station Officer Davron Clark. Good morning and welcome to the studio as usual. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, JQ. I'm fine, thanks. Also, good morning to the viewing and listening audience.
Great.
Fire Station Officer Davron Clark from the Fire and Rescue Services once again.
All right, great. I thought you were going to demote yourself there just now.
Yes. Gotta be careful.
I know, right? I know. We got a number of things to discuss this morning. We're going to be looking at safety in the homes and also the workplace. Mm-hmm. But we'll also be joined by Fire Substation Officer Hodge, who's going to be here shortly.
Okay.
All right. So for those of you viewing, you might see him walk in the studio. And for those of you listening, you're not hearing his voice now because he's not here, but he's going to be here shortly. All right. So where would you like to start our conversation? On the home side or the commercial side?
Let's start with home and then we're going to the commercial.
All right. So okay. As homeowners and, individuals who are paying rent, what are some things we should take note of for the season, for the festive season?
Well, Jaco, yes, thanks. Over the past months, we have been advocating safety. And we have implemented give out certain directives and ideas as it relates to how persons can be alerted and how persons can try to extinguish the fires before the arrival of the fire and rescue services. Mm-hmm. We always advocate that persons get their smoke detectors. It's just an audible alarm system where once they are triggered by smoke, it sends off a loud audible noise indicating and alerting person that they smoke and they need to either get out or call for assistance or try to extinguish the fire.
Right.
How are they going to extinguish the fire? Small portable device used to extinguish fires in the incipient phase. That is when fire just started. We call those fire extinguishers. Mm-hmm. There are different types of fires and there are different types of extinguishers. Different types of extinguishers to put out different types of fires. Mm-hmm. Hope I'm not being too... Hope you understand that.
I understand, but I was contemplating. Maybe that's what you saw in my face. The look that you saw in my face back to me is. It's not like we have to, really study what to do as it relates to and take into consideration, not just see a fire and then just grab a fire extinguisher.
No.
Yeah, that's the look. So in my mind, I know, when you're under pressure, you see a fire. You just grab the first fire extinguisher that you see, It might be the right one, it might be the wrong one. So, what are your recommendations to avoid that type of situation from happening?
Well, firstly, it depends on the hazards that are involved. Mm-hmm. We have electrical fires, which involves energized electrical equipment. Mm-hmm. We have Class A fires, which involve wood, paper. There's everything in here, plastic, computer, those things, right? Class B, we have flammable liquids, or gaseous fuels. Mm-hmm. Flammable liquid, the gas, the diesel, the kerosene, the cologne, those kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And we have the gaseous, which can be maybe the BOP, the spray, the LPG, the gas. Mm-hmm. Right. C is energized electrical equipment. They must be energized. Okay? And D, we just have metal. And Class K, kitchen fires, where they have the person have the stove build up of grease over time, and they start to burn. Right. So we have different type of extinguishers now. We have water extinguishers, which cannot be used on Class C electrical fires. We know why. Mm-hmm. So we're going to use the water extinguisher to cool the fire, which in Class A, combustible materials. Mm-hmm. We have an extinguisher we call multi-purpose. It extinguishes fires A, B, and C. Mm-hmm. But it is a dry chemical. And once you hear the word chemical, you know that it is not really safe once you inhale it. Oh. Okay? We have CO2. It's a gas. It's a clean gas that we mainly use on Class C fires. Okay, that involve energized electrical equipment. So we don't need a water extinguisher. You won't need a CO2 and a multipurpose. So we try to tell the person, let's get all in one. That's what we call it a multipurpose. A, B, and C. Right.
That way you don't have to worry about
mixing up.
Hey, am I grabbing the right fire extinguisher?
Correct.
Right.
Right. They come in different sizes: £5, £10, £20, maybe £50. Right. So we always advocate for person to use the ABC fire extinguishers.
Now, is that something anyone can go and purchase, or they should come through the fire station, or they go to you and then you give permission for them to buy the extinguishers? How does that work?
Well, once they have the basic knowledge of the type of fires and the extinguishers that they wish to buy, they can go ahead, because the label is always on the extinguisher A, B, and C. But if you're in a big kitchen, you're going to need a K. You understand? If you have a lot of energized electrical equipment, you best to use a CO2, carbon dioxide.
Right.
So you can always call us for advice, visit the stations, or you can go to the Cowl Supply and ask questions, and you'll get the best advice possible.
Okay.
So once we have these smoke detectors and fire extinguishers, once we get the alarm, you can always, once the fire is in the incipient phase, just that, you can use extinguisher, call the fire department for to come, and you can always use the fire extinguisher to extinguish the fire. But we will aware as well. We want to let persons know, once the fire extinguisher has been depleted, once it's finished, you got to get out. Several persons, neighbors going to come along, get a bucket of water and try and so on. But as we say, once the fire involves energized electrical equipment, you cannot throw water. You understand? So there are a lot of technicalities, but once the experts, we arrive on the scene, we use our training and knowledge to get the fire out. Right? So let's start with the kitchen, quickly. Lighted stoves should not be left unattended. Put on your pot, your neighbor call you, go outside, chop melee. You forget the pot is on. You understand? This is the festive season. Most may go out, have a good time, finish working, they're tired. Do not go to sleep, try to stay up, or get someone to watch the pot. Do not leave those pots, or whatever, oven or pot, or whatever you are cooking, unattended.
Right.
Okay? We have some stoves with, what we call them, pilots. You see me with some person, our idea is to tell a person to not leave them on a light overnight when the house is unoccupied. I really don't like those pilots, because they just stay on all the time. And most of the time when, let's say, gas might finish and we put on a new gas and we don't remember to light the pilot, we leave it on and we go to work, the gas is being released in an enclosed structure. So when we come home, we're tired, or we forget that it's not light. You ain't taking, realizing the scent of the gas is escaping, light, both explosion. So remember to turn off the pilot or light, or turn off the pilot when you're not at home. Liquefy the gas. Some of them, those that are attached to the stove, we're asking persons to turn them off overnight, especially if the house is unoccupied.
Right.
And those small ones that are on the inside, take off the head off of them. Because once the head is on, with some persons, you have a little latch, a black thing a locking pin that you turn on or turn off, but some of them, it don't work. I had a situation some time ago, trying to put it on the head, click it on, you still hear it, the gas leaking out. Right. So once those heads go bad, you leave it on, think everything is well? No. Even though it's in a locking position, gas can still be released. Right. We have persons who have the nice fancy curtains right over the stove. Sometimes we have the windows close to the stove. So when the wind blows and the stove is on, you know what is going to happen? The curtain is going to catch. Fire is going to catch the curtain, and we're going to flare up and start a fire.
Right.
It's fancy time. We want to look good. But we still have to remember safety. Matches. We always tend to just light the stove and just put the matches anywhere. Or sometimes lighters. I'd have a new thing, you just press tick, 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 and the light. You just try to put them anywhere. Once we have children in homes, we can't let children get close to those matches or lighters. And we don't want to put it too close to the stove, where all of those matches are in there. The heat start to get to the might get to the matches or whatever, and may have a fire there as well. So that's the same as some of the safety aspects in the kitchen. And when it comes to the smoke detectors, even though we don't really wish for persons to put the smoke detectors close to especially in the kitchen, because any little smoke is going to trigger it. And if you're going to fry some egg today, it's going to be triggered. Okay? So let's say mommy cooking every morning. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday now, alarm goes off. Oh, mommy, what they cooking? Mommy ain't cooking, the place is on fire. Because we so get to the use of hearing the smoke detector. We ain't know when it's going to be the real thing. So it's not wise to put it directly maybe over the stove. If you have a large kitchen, we can advise you exactly where to put it. But do not put it in over the stove, and any triggers, you have to respond to see whether or not it's real or it's fake.
I've seen some cases where people even take out their battery. Yeah, because it becomes so annoying, you know what I mean? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've seen that.
That's something we really don't want. So you need to put it in the appropriate area for that not to happen.
I've seen a lot of people putting it in the roof. Can't you put it on the side of the wall as well, away at a distance?
Well, the roof is one of the most appropriate places to be because the smoke rises. So smoke goes up to the top, and how it works is it rises up to the roof because heated air and gases, that is what it is. It rises straight up to the roof first, and then it start pushing downwards. That's why we always advocate to persons to stay low and go.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So the roof is one of the best place for it to be.
Okay. Thanks for the reassurance.
Yes, can we move on to the bedrooms?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Your bedroom, please.
Yes, my bed. You don't want to go there?
Light moment, ladies and gentlemen. Light moment.
Yes, but what I do is smoke in bed, smoke at all. We're asking person not to smoke in bed. Because you're smoking, okay, you have a good time, but some of the ash might drop, or the butt, you drop asleep, the butt drop on the bed. You're lying on the same bed that is on fire. You understand? This way again we need the smoke detector.
Right.
So do not smoke in bed at all whatsoever. Person that use the ashtray butt and wish to advocate do not smoke in bed or even in the house.
Yeah.
At all, right? Children should not play with matches in a bedroom or nowhere at all. They should not even play with matches or be close to matches. Put them in a very high area, very, very high, even in the cupboards. But we now are seeing children put in the chair, close the cupboard, and standing up in the chair and the cupboard and open up because they want the food.
They're curious.
They're very curious.
Yeah, and that too, right? A number of reasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of us call it being independent. They reach what they want to eat. So you just have to find a different place. Put the matches away from the food.
Yes. And also in the kitchen, what we forgot as well, children are not supposed to be in the kitchen, because sometimes we find and we forgot the handle outside. Even any touching of the child might just, Mommy, I'm hungry, so they touch that handle, but it's coming over on you.
Yeah, whatever's in that.
Whatever's in it.
Water, oil, this goes on, yeah.
Okay, that's so curious. Mommy, we hungry, Mommy gone outside, they want to take up the pot and eat it. So they're going to go and reach for the pot, they'll get burned. Okay? Candles, let's talk about candles. And maybe we should touch on the lights, Christmas lights as well. Candles should not be left open flames. And when we talk about the wind blowing the curtains, we like to put them on our space saver. We just turn it, get the wax on and stick it down now. Maybe we could put it in a vase. I used to put it in a Vienna sachet can. Everything melt down in there and it's steady. Right? And plain as well in a homes when we have these candles, it's a no. Christmas is coming. We're gonna have our Christmas trees and our lightings and our stuff. I don't know how the latest lights are. I know sometimes they also get heated. They have a covering over them. Are they less heated now? I don't know.
Well, they have a large variety of them. One of the most popular I'm seeing are the LED lights.
Okay.
For Christmas, but our lighting produce heat because that is one of the end results of it. And I know back then, as you said, some of those Christmas lights would have gotten so hot that they would have been melting away, and to some extent would have been burning away the wires that they are run through. So
Oh, wow.
We would like to advocate to persons, to be careful, be vigilant while using these Christmas lights, and not to overload sockets with them.
True.
We have been here speaking about overloading sockets on a number of occasions. The Christmas lights, some persons tend to link too much together at time. So you have one coming from one outlet at the start, but you want it to go straight around your fence or straight around your house. It's advisable to maybe break the chain somewhere and use different sockets, different outlets for some to share the load, as to not to overload that specific outlet, or even not to overload the cards themselves. Because if you realize, some of these cards that they use for the Christmas lighting, they are very thin cards. They suffice only for maybe that specific set of lights, or for another one connected to it. But persons want to connect maybe 4 or 5, and that overloads that specific line. And that too the overloading cause heat, extensive heat, cause the line to burn, which can result in a fire.
So the effective extension cord, to get effective and want to run them under the carpet and so on.
Well, I wasn't speaking about the extension cords just now. Just remember, some of the lights have a socket on them. Yes. So, and thank you for reminding me about that, Mr. Clark. The extension cords. Some is the same as what we were speaking about just now. They are not built to take the kind of load that persons want to put on them.
Right.
So you have a little extension cord, and because there are 3 outlets, by you want plug cheating in it. You know, and realize by I done plug in my microwave in it. I got me toaster oven plug in it. I still want to put in these number of lights in it.
Something you raised earlier, last time you were here, about the use of the sockets, or what you call the
outlets.
The outlets, right? Yes. You were saying even though it has more than one outlet, what you should do is, if you're using the microwave alone and you're not using the other appliances, take them out.
Yes.
All right, not because you have more than one outlet mean that they all should be in there at the same time. So, yes, you have more than one outlet, but if you can, don't use all at the same time. That was you said the last time you were here. You still
yes,
on the same page?
It depends on the wiring. Well, this is going into electricity now. But it depends on the wiring, because some electricians, you hire them to outfit your house, and they come and use the cheapest or most inferior wires they could find. Because
put on your headphones, guys. We get in the call. Remember your thought.
Okay.
We lost that call. You can always call back.
Yes, I'm saying because in their opinion, they are saving money by getting you that inferior piece of equipment. So
stick up in. Good morning, you're live.
Yeah, GQ, good morning.
Yes, morning.
When the officer there make a point, and we got to take it on board, because a lot of people around this Christmas time, they do these things. They overload the Christmas trees with these lights, and they cause fire too. Some, when the fire don't cause, we don't realize it's these simple things. And GQ, as the man on the wheel, keeping this country together and keeping people together, you all need to run where the officer said here throughout the season, because people just ain't listening, and these young people. Let me show you something. These youngsters were born in God Save the Queen. You understand? In God Save the Queen time. Men understand where they're seeing and where they're thinking, When we were growing up around here, you couldn't hear you would talk about doing a lot of things that we see going on around Bastille. For instance, this morning I come in up 4th Street. We trying to keep the parameter there clean. And a young man, GQ, I got here because I just can't take these kind of things. And Jam don't speak in this country, because I born here. And I want to see the best for here. Have a good morning, GQ, and the officers them. Wow. Mike, see you when I see you.
Nice, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, continue.
Yes, I was saying some of the sockets where you expect well, in electrical term, where you might have what's supposed to be a 1/0 wire, that's a bigger wire. They have a very small wire on the inside there, so you're using your microwave and using your toaster oven at the same time. You walk out by, you got a brand new house, and you don't know why exactly the fuse chipping or why the sockets burn.
Right.
And if most of us would be honest with ourselves, if you look around the kitchen especially and certain areas, you can see where these sockets tend to have wider thing or have the soot spot from being overheated. And once you see that, you have to be very careful with what you plug into these sockets.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed. Thanks for sharing that, man. Appreciate that, Mr. Clark. You want to stay in the home for now because we got to be wrapping up in about 5 minutes.
Yes. Pre-planned escape procedures. Check all possible fire exits and make sure they are not blocked by furnitures. Meaning, in the event of a fire, we have to put in place a pre-evacuation plan. In the event of there's a fire, where should they run? So all exits must be labeled exits, and all the occupants or family must know about these exits, and they must know where to run in an event of a fire. They also must know how to use the portable fire extinguishers, how to put out the fires, and then call the fire department, and then go to a safe area, to ensure that there is a head count to make sure all the family members are safe. So when the fire department comes, we will go to the head of the family, and they report to us, letting us know whether or not someone is inside trapped, where the fire is, all are accounted for. So, and we have to practice family evacuation drill, as I just mentioned. It's just also for the businesses, just let off the sound off the alarm.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Good morning, you're live. Yes.
Just a couple seconds. I want to get something over there. I want to get to Shano, the station inspector, to ask the officers them down on the port to remove limes from down there this morning. He could come back when the ship them gone. We can't take the embarrassment. Please to let them ask lime to just go off the port for the day. We can't take the embarrassment and the nastiness. This country got to make him money, GQ. And he will make him money. Once me jam down around, it will make him money. Think it's Nevis will make him money. We cannot have vegans. No. We ain't going to endorse that. Have a good morning again, GQ.
All right, man. You too.
God bless you.
Yeah, man. God bless you too. Well, I have Shauna's number personally, so I'm going to reach out to Shauna and let her know. Thanks for your concern, Jamdung. Thanks for your concern. That's a good citizen there of the nation. Jamdung, we appreciate you, man. So we're wrapping up here, and you're giving some pointers in terms of what people should consider.
Evacuation. Okay, we're going to do a total wrap up. So as we said, we need smoke detectors, fire extinguishers. So in the event that there's a fire, we will hear it, extinguish the fire, evacuate, inform the fire department when we arrive what is going on, and we will come and do what we have to do as experts, and we can also advise them, thank them for taking such initiative, getting the community involved. Thank you for assisting Bagadam, and then after that, this way we could always have a united federation. So for the festive, well, we're going to be back maybe next week to touch on the businesses and go more in depth. So that's it for me for this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, just to piggyback off what Mr. Clark was talking about with the evacuation plan, some of persons, and we know some of our young people like to sneak out of the house when when they should be in. So
listen, sorry.
Sometimes, it's a reality, and sometimes my daughter send me a message, Daddy, are going out thing. Okay, let me know when you reach back. Because in the event of anything, I want to know whether or not she should be in the house, whether or not I should be looking for her. Because you sneak out, gone to a party somewhere, and when the fire department comes because there is a fire at your home, God forbid, and your family is thinking by that, you're inside there, and the fire department looking tirelessly for you. We're searching because we want to find you. And you're going to show up and see in a half an hour after because you went to this club unknowing to the parents. So sometimes we ain't really trying to get in all your business. We just want to make sure that all you're safe.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes I just tell my daughter, I don't really want to know which part you're going here. Just tell me when you're going, tell me when you reach back. And we good.
Okay.
So I would like for persons, young persons, just to practice telling the parents, whomever they live with.
The guardian.
Yeah. But I'm out for now, and a nice little message, even if you don't want to wake them up, I'm back. So in the event of anything, they would know, okay, yeah, she's supposed to be here.
Sound note. And thanks for sharing that, my brother.
All right.
Thanks for being here, guys. See you guys next week, same time, same place.
Hopefully, yes.
And those are the voices. The last voice you heard was from Fire Station Sub-Officer Mr. Hodge, and before that you had Fire Station Officer Davron Clark. They're going to be back here next week, same time, same place for another discussion. We'll be continuing our discussion. We're going to be looking at safety at the workplace. Stay tuned. It's the morning show. We have some more information to share with you. Coming up from Bank of Nevis, I have the branch manager of Wellington Road, Claudel, and I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly. If not, I do apologize. That's Claudel Gums and Sophia Matthew, Customer Service Officer. They're going to be here to be sharing with you all the great details and insights that you need to know about their Christmas loan, which is great right now because you have Christmas and Carnival coming up. We'll be back right after these messages.
This message brought to you by ZIZ and the Fire Department of St. Kitts and Nevis.
I am Woman Fire Officer Mavis White Archibald with your safety tip for today. If a fire occurs in your home, get out, stay out, and call for help. Never